The Industrial Revolution created a hunger for new markets, national resources that could only be achieved by a policy of imperialism. The idea of conquest was supported by nationalistic and racist ideas, despite their religious motives. Although the Industrial Revolution forced the implement of such an aggressive ideal, it gave the tools to carry it out, namely through weapons. Most African nations could not win against the industrialized countries, and consequently changes were about to occur. Africa was primarily a subsistence farming economy, which meant that producing crops were just done enough to sustain life. There was no surplus with which to market. However, under the command of foreign governments and businesses that shifted to farming cash crops like peanuts, cocoa, and palm oil, there was also an incentive to mine gold and diamonds, and as well as metals like copper. As a result, European powers grew wealthy. Railroads, telephone poles, and infrastructure helped Africa to engage in international markets even to today's world. However, this caused many famines. Uprooted Africans were forced to work in mines and be encased in thraldom. Tribes originally in Africa were soon replaced by varied European powers that tried to harvest raw materials from their land. The mass of diverse powers led to war on territory, one of which was the Boer War in southern Africa between the British Empire and the African Boers. The British victory allowed them to annex the land, and so similar wars led up to the European Berlin Conference, which allowed African territories to be poorly drawn, with no consent to the Africans. However, Ethiopians resisted an Italian campaign, and despite all odds against technology and advantages, they fought for their home. They decisively defeated the foreigners in the Battle of Adwa with knowledge of their area and land. The Treaty of Addis Ababa stopped European interest in Ethiopia, allowing them to keep their culture intact. Imperialism is not a forgotten history lesson, for it is still among the present. Conceived from racism and petty differences, guided by advancements in knowledge, imperialism is the ferocity that has haunted us to conquering with severe actions of violence. As the abuse of technology rides on, so too does the thirst for power. What countries have done in Africa is a recurring theme to this day, and whether imperialism has created necessities for dangerous poisons, such as those used in Minamata Bay with mercury sicknesses, pollution on a massive global scale, or more importantly, cataclysmic acts such as those provoked by abhorrence, can ultimately be viewed that technology can be its instrument.
The world would not be the same. Two people laughed. Two people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu was trying to persuade the prince that he should be refuted, and to impress him, takes on multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.